Hey guys, this is Mr. Harbinger. Sorry that I had to postpone again. Brought my wife to the ER. That's kind of inconsequential. Everybody's doing okay. I really appreciate you guys being flexible and understanding. Next week and the week after, I've got some pretty cool labs. I put together some materials, and if you haven't picked them up yet at Romero, then please do that pretty quickly. Um, it'll it's just like a bag of random stuff, pretty much, but I do need the yardsticks back, the meter sticks back when the time comes, just because I borrowed them from another teacher and I promised her that I would return them. That being said, um, I'm going to do a linear regression today, and then I'm going to give you some homework, and I'm going to model some other kind of regressions because if we have a few weeks left, then that's something I definitely want to take advantage of. I don't want to waste time doing other stuff. So today we're doing linear, and then maybe we'll get a sense for what comes next, and we'll see how that goes, right? So here goes. I don't want that one. I don't want that one either. So I was looking for linear regression examples. And the problem is I don't have a heck of a lot that spring to mind. So I sat there in the waiting room last night and the week before and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. I have a Honda Civic. I drive a Honda Civic. I love my Honda Civic. I put a lot of miles on my Honda Civic. So I thought there could be some regressions about that. I really wanted to do the years of a Honda Civic versus its mileage, which makes sense as the years go up. Hey, it's 1 year old, it's 2 years old, it's 3 years old. The mileage increases. And I put a lot of mileage on my car, but other Honda Civic drivers might not put as much. Hard to say. And that can be done for any car. But for here, I thought, I wonder what the car's worth. And so this is a price range. If you have a 2019, it goes anywhere from $14,700 for the base model. Sorry, $14,700 for the base model. Like no fun things about the car, and it's kind of beat up pretty badly and a lot of mileage. But it might fetch up to $50,160, and that is like the top of the line Honda Civic. Probably specialty stuff installed, like extra cool technology, and pristine condition. I have a 16. It's somewhere between these two right now. So it's probably lower because I've got like a lot of miles on it, but I take care of it. So it's probably somewhere in the middle, but whatever. Anyway, I don't want to do the years. I'm going to do the age of the car because here it's like as the years increase, the value increases. That's a positive correlation. And we talked about that one last week. As one thing goes up, the other thing goes up. So a positive correlation would have been as the years increase, the price increases. I wanted to show a negative correlation. So that is the age of the car. This is 0 years old. This is 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. So as the age increases, the price goes down. That's a negative correlation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to regress my data. I'm going to make a regression equation. It shouldn't be too bad. So what I did was, I meant to clear my graph, but oh well. These are my dots. And I made a scatter plot of the age of the Civic. If it was 1 year old, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, all the way down to 10 years old. Look, that data keeps going down. And the data scientist in me says we should keep extending down to 1973. I didn't really feel like typing all the way down to 1973. Sorry, I keep yawning. It was a late night last night. And I had the baby. So as it gets older, the price drops. That makes a lot of sense. And for those people who are right now saying, but wait, it's not a complete data set because what about the 2021? It's 0 years old, right? There should be one if you think about it, right? I'm choosing the low end, just for the record. I picked the lowest numbers for every single one because I'm just assuming that the car is well loved. How about that? It's been through a lot. There should be a dot at 23,590. And I don't have that dot here. It should be like right in there. I chose that because there's a big, big price difference between a brand new car and a used car. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted. The second you drive a car off the parking lot, like you buy a car, they hand you the keys, you drive it off the parking lot, the value drops by a lot. So new cars, you can't really compare the prices to used cars just because it's a different story. So I excluded that because I wanted to make my data more accurate. So it kind of goes up and down, like that looks nice. I'm on desmos.com/calculator. It's a great piece of software and it's free. You can make things into a list if you ever want to follow along with me and do stuff. I'm just responding to my wife. Sorry. What time are you coming home? Soon. You can click. So after you go to desmos.com/calculator, the plus, and I added a table. So there are other things in here too, but I added a table and that's cool. Now, in order to do a regression, I've got to define one variable in terms of the other. So I think it's a linear regression. I'm going to go find out. So I want this column as a function of this column. It's easy to get backwards. So in Inspire or a TI-84, you can go to stats like linreg, and it'll calculate it for you. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to